the first one was quite recently held. It was in November, and this one is the second edition. And what it brings, we changed the theme. You know, there are new themes. First, we went to Laayoune, and we started on Saturday in Laayoune, and the theme was astronomy, astrophysics, and philosophy. And we had 2 wonderful days in Laayoune with enthusiastic children and students and researchers in a beautiful research center, which is owned by UM6B. So actually we started on Saturday with that theme. Then we came back here in Ben Guerir, and we had 2 days, the bicentenary of Louis Pasteur, with really a lot of people, like 150 people, talking about Pasteur, and PhD students talking about their research and postdoc, etc. That was Monday and Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, yesterday, we started with a big colloquium with a theme. The theme is transhumanism. And maybe you can come back later to what it means. Transhumanism, augmented human. And I forgot, on Tuesday afternoon, we had another colloquium, a mini colloquium, if you want, just one afternoon, about social sciences. The question was, social sciences, are they real science? And we got the answer. I'm not going to tell you because you had to be there. So, in short, what this new edition brought is that we had much more themes than the first one. We have gained some experience, right? We're climbing the experience curve. We had like 4 or 5 different teams with also posters and all departments of the AM6B showing, I wouldn't say showing off, but showing what they can do. So it's a very rich edition.
Perfect. And speaking of science, how does the UM6B help in contribute in science and research and development field?
UM6B has an ambition. The ambition is to be the center. You should always aim for the stars, you know. The UM6B has the ambition to become the science university in this country. Maybe in Africa. Again, you have to shoot for the stars. And so during the science week, or the week of science, la semaine de la science, the departments, all the departments here, have shown what they can do. And this is very inspiring, because you have people walking around here, the stands, and showing, and watching a nano satellite, for instance, discovering a kind of a death ray, which has been developed here. It doesn't kill humans. It only kills some parasites. Well, this is contributing to establishing science at the heart of what we do here at UM6B. So that's what we do.
Perfect. And what do you think the challenges that could researchers, for example, face in Morocco, especially that now we're talking about transhumanism, about artificial intelligence, and about really big technologies. So what could be the challenges for you?
Well, I would say challenge number 1 is capital. You have to have a lot of money, not in every discipline. For instance, fortunately, mathematics, you only have to have a blackboard and chalk, and you can be a great mathematician. But in almost all the other disciplines, you have to have very, very expensive material. If you look at Harvard, for instance, they have like $70 billion endowment. They can buy whatever they need to do research. In Morocco, you have to be selective. We don't have enough capital to acquire all kind of equipment. So you have first to define what you want to research, to define some fields. And inside the fields, you have to get the best equipment. Obviously, you cannot do research if you don't have the best equipment. So the challenge is to identify the fields where you want to attain excellency, and then put some money there. So that is the challenge, I would say.
Perfect. And how would you assess Morocco's efforts in digital transformation? Because now we're talking about digital public administration, digital platforms. So how would you assess the work, and what do you think could be more done to boost this field?
You see, I was part of a commission, of a royal commission called the Ben Moussa Commission, to try to define a new development model. That was our brief that we got. And going digital was one of our main recommendations, for instance, administration. I couldn't assess where we are today, because even if some efforts have been made, we still have a lot of blind spots when it comes to digitalization. If you want, for instance, to get a new document for your car, for your house, even today, you can see how complicated, unnecessarily complicated it is. So I cannot assess the situation now. It's not yet good. But the idea is we are looking forward. Where will we be in 20 years' time? On that point, I'm quite optimistic, because we have the means, we have the people, all these people, young people doing computer science, computer economics, and things like that. We have, and we have the drive, and we have, coming from above, really a driving incentive to go forward in digitalization. So I'm quite optimistic on that point.
Perfect. And last question, how do you think, what can be done to positively raise the public awareness when it comes to transhumanism, for example, because there's a lot of negative ideas about it. People don't really quite understand it. So what can be done to positively show this concept?
Well, first, exactly what you said. Most people don't know what it is. And the funny thing is that most people are already transhuman. You are a transhuman because you are wearing glasses. So you're enhancing. You were naturally like me, for instance. I also need glasses. So being transhuman starts with simple things like that, because with this we are transcending our human limits, our human limitations, our human nature, if you want. But it can go too far, maybe. You know that Elon Musk, he wants to implement a chip here in our brain, which will be in contact with computers, and we can upload, download things and memories. Well, this is like science fiction. But when Elon Musk, the richest man on earth, put like billions of dollars in this project, we have to know what he's doing. We have to understand what he's doing. So it's about information. First of all, we have to explain what is transhumanism. This is good, transhumanism. Putting a chip in my head. Thank you, Elon Musk. I'm not sure I want it. But you have to explain people. And then after that, you choose. And by the way, in transhuman means also in artificial intelligence. We have to be there. Sometimes we have to develop this expertise also here in Morocco at UM6P, because it's happening. I don't know where it is. Maybe it is leading to something which is undesirable, and so we have to make some choices. But it is happening. And so to give you a clear answer, information is the first thing, and after that practice, and then after that being very, very careful about what we do. Look, we have invited, I've asked somebody to come from MIT, a young man called Duncan Lee. He flew from Boston yesterday. He's with us today, and he brought an artificial prosthesis, an artificial ankle. Somebody has a damaged ankle or no ankle at all, we can replace it. Well, this is good transhumanism, if you want, because it gives the opportunity to someone who is not able even to walk again. This is good. You see what I mean? But is it good transhumanism for someone to cut off their legs? Because I hear this kind of completely crazy ideas. Like a football player who would cut off his legs and have prosthetics to be able to run even faster or to score. This is not even science fiction, I would say. This is bad science fiction. This is, I think, undesirable. But the conversation is there. So you have to be part of the conversation. Because if you are not part of the conversation, you're losing anyway.